back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. On this day of remembrance, I just want to start out this video by saying thank you to every man, woman, service animal, past and present, who has served the cause of freedom for our wonderful nation. Thank you for all you've done, for all you've sacrificed. On this day of remembrance, I just want to say here, you will always be remembered, and we will always be eternally grateful for all you've done. Thank you. Well, guys, it was, like I said, a roller coaster of emotions last night between the Edmonton Oilers and Columbus Blue Jackets. The Columbus Blue Jackets dominated the first 40 minutes. I didn't mention in a review last night that I did with my buddy Joseph the Trent Frederick fight, so definitely something to note there. The big fight with Matthew Olivier, it was a bit more of a smackdown, unfortunately, on Trent Frederick's part, but we'd all been calling for Trent Frederick to step up the emotion, to step up the intensity, to step up the physicality, and Trent Frederick did just that last night, and I believe he's got a black eye. He had blood running down his face for it, so thank you, Trent Frederick. This is a big step in the right direction, but unfortunately, through the first 40 minutes, it didn't seem to bring much emotion for the rest of the team into the hockey game, but in the third period, Connor McDavid basically took the team on his back, got it going. Along with Jake Wallman, they had a pair of goals. Jack Roslovic, the overtime winner. And I asked last night, could that be a catalyst for this team to get them going? Obviously, it wasn't the 60-minute effort that I and much of Oil Country was looking for, but it was a big step in the right direction. And today being Remembrance Day, and also something else I didn't point out in the video last night, Oilers insider Bob Stauffer notes it here. We saw a couple of spectacular goals tonight from the Edmonton Oilers' Connor McDavid, but we all know who the real hero was in the building last night. It was 100-year-old Marty Jones from Lamont, Alberta, who was there on D-Day. And I can say I was at the game last night, obviously. Marty got massive applause, as he should, every time he was showing up on the Jumbotron, and I think he really did ignite the crowd a bit, and I'm sure there was probably something on the Oilers bench as well. So thank you, Marty, for your amazing service being there on D-Day. No one can even imagine if you weren't there on that day, and thank you for your service, and thank you for helping ignite the Edmonton Oilers last night to a much, much needed victory. Like I said, Connor McDavid took the team on his back. He refused to lose last night, and it was infectious to the rest of his teammates in the final 20 minutes. But for this team to really take the next step to get this season going, something has to be there for much more than 20 minutes and a few minutes of overtime. It's got to be there for close to 60 minutes, and the Oilers are about to embark on a big road trip here that I was saying last night could potentially sink or swim their season. I don't think this team, at least not yet, is in danger of missing the playoffs. It's been a big topic with my heavy hockey team in the group chat there. A few people thinking that the Oilers might already be in some real danger here, and it's been a rough start to the season, no doubt about it, and maybe this team isn't as deep as years past, but this team will have the benefit of the doubt with me until they prove otherwise. So I've seen weak starts before. It's another weak start here, but I'm hoping last night, as special as it was, can be a catalyst for this team to get it going, because I hope it doesn't take firing of a coach, trading of a goaltender to get this team going. Maybe those are changes that we do eventually see here, although I think Chris Knobloch going anywhere is pretty remote chance, but there will be changes on the roster throughout the year, no doubt about that, despite the Oilers' precarious cap situation, as it always seems to be. But for right now, the answer has to be somewhere in that room with the cap space that this team has, where they are in the schedule. Very few teams are looking to make deals, so the answer, I think, at least in the immediate future, has to be found within that locker room, and performances like we got from Connor McDavid last night will go a very, very long way. But the rest of the team, we saw little sparks of it last night, but more is definitely needed from each and every player in that locker room. Hopefully, last night's win can be a big step in the right direction. Sports 1440's Jason Gregor did have an update for us today on Zach Hyman. He won't play tomorrow against the Philadelphia Flyers, but he will make his season debut either in Columbus on Thursday or against the Carolina Hurricanes on Saturday. He is a for sure for the Carolina game and a possibility for the Columbus game. The Oilers and probably everybody else is hoping for Thursday, but it will depend on his final test on his wrist. So fantastic to hear on Zach Hyman. We've had some false starts on his return, but if he's a for sure for Saturday against the Carolina Hurricanes and a possibility for Thursday against Columbus, that is fantastic news to hear. We will probably before then see some actual changes to the roster here. We found out yesterday that Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is out for a week with an undisclosed injury, so that pushed back any potential news on a Ike Howard or a David Tomashik, but those guys probably have Bakersfield in their future unless there is a trade that the Edmonton Oilers can swing before then that would clear enough cap space. We've heard Troy Stetcher's name out there. We've heard Ty Emberson's name out there, but Troy Stetcher, obviously the most likely name to move, and for players coming off the roster, Ike Howard, David Tomashik, who both don't require waivers, are the most likely casualties to come. Matt Savoy doesn't require waivers either, but I think his spot on this roster is far more secure, as witnessed last night as he began the game on the number one line with Connor McDavid. So that's basically all the latest for now, guys, but hopefully more good news to come for this team. They need more good news, and last night's 5-4 victory over the Columbus Blue Jackets was a very welcome relief. As I said in my review last night, after 40 minutes, I was pretty livid. So to have that last 20 minutes, have the special moments in the crowd, have that comeback from Connor McDavid, beautiful overtime goal from Jack Roslovic, it was a much-needed change of narrative for that hockey game. Let me know your thoughts on all the latest. What do you think happens with this team over the next few days? Is this the catalyst? What changes do you see coming to the roster? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.